Oh shit. Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? And I think this is about to kick in on me because I unmuted it. So it's probably going to have a little echo effect here for a second. Wouldn't be the same if I didn't start that way. But what's good, everybody? If you haven't started watching this Bad Batch, man, you need to get on it because it is an excellent little cartoon. I am loving this show. Man, how far back is this delay? You haven't started watching this Bad Batch. Bam, gotcha. But yeah, this is so far so good, excellent. I don't know if I like it quite as much as Invincible, but I am absolutely loving it so far. I think it's pretty tight. What's good, Pretty Griffin? You loving this show so far? So we're saying Omega might be the first successful Palp clone that is force sensitive. Not me either. I'm not buying it. I don't believe it. I think if it was Palpatine's, he'd be over it, or he would have like went there first to get it to make it its little mini me or whatever. But I don't think he just have a little one of him's out there with his force. I mean, as powerful as he is, I just don't think he'd let that happen. Omega and agglomeration of all the Bad Batches and trade. There you go. Mental faculty tracking, marksmanship. Yep. I believe she might have a little bit of all that. Old girl might have, on Camino, might have seen like what the Bad Batch was doing and how effective they are. So they might have taken like what's wrong with them and basically pump that into her. I could definitely see that. Another trying to convince me Omega has to do with Rey. No, I don't think she has to do with Rey whatsoever. I don't think so. I think, like you said, I think it's more that the Caminos have been, perfecting their craft, and they're taking a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I think old girl made her own little clone, and that little clone is a superstar. And that little clone she might be force sensitive. I think isn't like the guy that very first started this, wasn't he like a rogue Jedi? I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie in so long, but wasn't it like a rogue Jedi that actually started this in the first place or something like that? So it could be his, or if they want to stick to the story, Caleb's master, what was her name? Aboba or something like that. It could have been her. They could have, like, once they killed her, they could have taken her to this Camino station, and basically that could have been her being carried off. Because that's basically the only Jedi other than Caleb we've seen. So yeah, I think it might be her. That might be her that was getting carried off in that stretcher when they got back there. But yeah, that was pretty ruthless. Who do you think it is, Peter? Do you have any ideas who that Jedi was that was getting carried away in the stretcher? You think she can see the future a bit, like Bran and Fragments? Yeah, absolutely. She already knew what old boy was. She sat right down next to Crosshair and said, she's like, I know what you're going to do later. He's like, I wish you wouldn't, but I understand it, basically. Like, so how would she know what he was going to do later and tell them, basically, and turn on them all if she can't see the future? So she's got a little bit like that. And that's why, I mean, and the fact that she picked up that phaser and was able to shoot just dead eye, just spot on right out of the gate. Yeah, she's, like I said, she's a little force sensitive. She's a little oracle. She's a little ninja. And she's also going to be the end of this group, and we're going to talk about that later. I think old girl let us know, Cut's wife. She told us exactly how this was going to end, and it ain't good. It ain't good. It seemed like she knew Crosshair was about to turn. Yeah, exactly. She absolutely knew that when she sat down next to him. So how could she know that if she wasn't, a little Oracle-esque? But yeah, this Batch 2 episode, or Season 1, Episode 2 from the Bad Batch is called Cut and Run. Very apt. And, well, you got to see straight away where J-19 is and who our heroes were going to visit. The deserter himself, Cut and his family. And there's another cool come back to Clone Wars, and I think they were shown in Rebels as well. But another blast from the past got brought up as well. Seems Rex was just there to pay a visit yesterday and tell them about what happened with Order 66. And speaking of that, like, if Rex had out there and Cut didn't know about it, why did the Order not affect Cut? Is he like the Bad Batch and there's something different about him? Like, why didn't that Order affect him? Or was there just no Jedis out there by him to kill, so it didn't affect him? Like, I don't know, but it seems like, why wouldn't he at least know about it? Like, if that order went out to all the clones, why didn't it go out to him? I thought that was kind of weird. And then the fellows are informed by Omega about the inhibitor chip, and it was kind of a weird transition when they go from her informing these heroes about their inner workings to getting taken outside to be a child and play with other kids. Like, it was almost like a misdirect they were doing there. So I thought that was kind of weird. But even Cut seems to realize that there's something more to this child. Like he stated, the Kaminoans don't create without a purpose, so what's hers? And that's what basically everybody's thinking. And the number one thing with this show is what is going on with this little Omega chick, man. She is wild. But yeah, she's definitely just the fact that she can see into the future and having the Oracle. I mean, it's almost more like Jedi's. They got senses, but could they actually see into the future? Like she almost seems above and beyond like regular Jedi. Like she seems, like I was saying in the last episode, she almost seems beyond Yoda already. Like she can just straight see the future and know exactly what's going to happen. That's the end all be all, the Omega. But Hunter sees Omega's having fun with the other children, and here's when Cut tells him like how hard it is raising a child, and you can tell he's starting to consider leaving Omega here with his family. Like, and truly, wouldn't that be the better idea? Like, wouldn't she have it a lot better off if she did stay with his family? Like, she's a little kid; she doesn't need to be out there. But on the other hand, she's already kind of proven that she's a little ninja, so maybe it's not too bad an idea for her to be with this Bad Batch, because she's definitely bringing some skills to the table on her own. She's amazing. But I can't wait to find out what's going on with this. But we see the Empire is already starting to get their Nazi on, forcing all the citizens to be tagged with chain codes, and the war is supposed to be over, but Cut says it doesn't feel that way, and from the way the show's showing it, it doesn't look that way. And so we kind of see where it's going, and we already know where it goes. So yeah, that was kind of a cool little callback. And would you comply like and get your chain code? Like if that was you out there, if they told you that you had to get a chain code, would you just comply and be like, that's what we're doing now? Or would you be more like Han Solo and just like go pirate on it? Like, I'm not getting no code, forget that. And just do like, yeah, just maybe get some fake ones to be able to travel around or something. But I just can't imagine like getting a chain code and being numbered like that. That would drive me nuts. I wonder if Order 66 had to be visible, or since his main mission now is his family, I don't know, sure why it wasn't affected. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I need to know why Cut wasn't affected. If it went out to all clones, I mean, even the Bad Batch got it to some extent, but for some reason he didn't get it at all. Like, I don't know. Is it, like I said, is it just because there was no Jedis around him, or I don't know. Maybe they have to be upgraded. There's some Bluetooth Wi-Fi upgrade that he didn't get because he was far out enough and they forgot about him or something, thought he was just dead, but yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense to me. We got one, social security numbers. Yeah, exactly. And telephone numbers. They can track us by our phones anyway. So, yeah, that's kind of crazy. But, yeah, that is wild. But it seems like, yeah, tracking codes, I mean, the way they said chain codes, it's almost like an implant type thing I was taking it as. Like, how does everybody get it? I guess it is just on that disc, and it is a card. So I guess it is kind of like a social security card. You just opened my eyes to that, Peter Griffin. You're right. If it is just like a social security card, there you go. Intergalactic social security card. But the way they were making it, I mean, it was more like a dog tag. I don't know. It was weird. But yeah, if you look at it like that's just a social security card, I guess it isn't that big a deal. It's funny. I didn't even look at it that way. Oh, that's why you got to love going live and hearing other people's opinions about it. But Omega shows that she really is just a child and that easily finds her way into trouble. And Hunter is upset, but like Cut calms him down. Like, I think this is the final straw that makes Hunter believe Omega belongs with his family more so than our crew. And he knows like the galaxy is a dangerous place and it's safer with them. But I don't know. I don't know if Omega needs safe. Like I said, she seems to be able to hold her own so far. And Hunter asks where was Omega, and hears that she's on the ship. Did she go on that ship because she knew Hunter was about to make her go with the Cut family and she didn't want to go? Like, could she already sense that and see that, or was she just on that ship pouting? Because that kind of comes to something I'm going to talk about here in a second. So it's like, could she really sense that, or was she just out there pouting on that? That was kind of weird because she didn't want to go with them. But Tech and Echo pull the usual Star Wars move, letting themselves and their ship get captured, to find out. And they always do that, they get captured to carry out some harebrained scheme that always seems to work out. You got to love the plot armor in Star Wars. But what they didn't realize is that our girl was on the ship too, so that kind of complicated things. But Tech and Echo secure some fake disc and basically make the fake chain codes for the Cut and his family. And there's just too many guards to get by, but Omega just snatched it and took it upon herself to sneak through. So, I mean, she's kind of proven her worth once again, that maybe she is worth keeping around. But she's almost detected by an R2 unit, but of course Wrecker gets there just in time to smash it into submission, and Cut's starting to get nervous. He doesn't think Omega's going to make it, and like he's starting to trip out, getting scared for his family, but He's just about to cut and run when Omega makes it and calls out and says, I'm here, I'm here. So, of course, he's going to get there in time. Can't be having our heroes get stranded. Oh, where's it at? Where's it at? Mandalorian spoke of the code numbers as well. Oh, I don't even remember that. That's funny. He's like, I'll go with still shaking. Yeah, who knows? Yeah. Man, they need to let us know what's going on with this girl. I can't, like, this next episode, I think we're going to find out a lot more about Omega. But, I mean, the first time she, like, reaches out her hand and lifts up a box or a pile of rocks, I'm going to be like, all right, there it is. Take her down to Yoda, see what's up, get her trained up. But, yeah, she's crazy. She, like, how powerful is this little kid? But when she gets the disc there, she thinks Tech messed up by making 5 instead of 4, but then finds out like the last one is for her. And shouldn't he have said something about her getting ready instead of like just getting ready to leave her, like trying to dump her? Like he should have kind of tried to get her head straight about that and told her, I think. And if she's so force sensitive, like if she really does have psychic powers, why didn't she know that Hunter was about to abandon her? That was kind of a misdirect too. Like if she really can see the future and knows what's going on, why didn't she see this coming? Or did she, and that's why she went to the ship in the first place? So that's kind of an, I don't know which way that is. It's kind of a, I don't know if we're ever going to find out, but that's kind of crazy. Like how force sensitive is this girl and like how much into the future and how much does she actually know? Inquiring minds need to know. But Omega looks into Sue Lo Kwan's eyes and she's like, you just know like she's going to end up running back to Hunter. And of course she does, further endangering everybody. And basically, girl said earlier that it's a kid's responsibility. It's a kid's job to get in trouble. And it's basically the parents' job to save her, to save them. Like it's our jobs to save them. Like she's a kid. It's her job to get in trouble and it's our job to save them. Did she basically just tell us, like, did Sue Quinn just tell us that basically this little kid is going to be the end of the Bad Batch? Like, this kid's going to get herself into some predicament, and the Bad Batch is going to have to straight go suicide mission to save her. That's how this series is going to end, I think. I think she's going to end up putting herself in a situation that she can't get out of, and the Bad Batch is going to have to go in to save her, and the Bad Batch is going to die. That's how the Bad Batch goes out, saving little Omega. You heard it here first. I think I just called the finale. But yeah, I think that's exactly what Sula Quinn was talking about. I think she was just basically letting us know that it's their job to get in trouble and it's our job to save them. And that's how our crew is going to go out. Sad, sad, sad. Yeah, you think that's why she was on the ship, because she could see it in advance? Could be, could be. Which makes me think they will sacrifice themselves for it. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Didn't look back here. But yeah, that's exactly how it's going to end, Peter. They're going to basically have to do a suicide mission, and that's how they're going to die, is going out for this little girl. You just know it. That's exactly what that's what Sula Quinn was talking about. Oh, man. I mean, they got to go out because we don't see them in the end movies, the movies after, so you know they're not around because they're definitely somebody we would have heard about. So you know they're going out, and I believe that's it. Suicide mission for Omega. But Wrecker ends up ripping the boot off that they can't get off, and our heroes are back underway. And good thing those stormtroopers didn't have any extra ships around to like fly them down or track them down when they just jumped up and left. I mean, if you're really doing this and trying to take stuff over, you're not going to see somebody trying to steal a ship and already have some ships up in the air. But the convenience of plot armor, you got to love it. And Omega apologizes for getting into trouble, but says it doesn't matter. You can't just get rid of me. This is where I want to be. And Hunter says, if this is where you want to be, then this is where you'll stay. And it's like, yep, this kid is absolutely, positively going to be the demise of Troop 99. But it's going to be a fun ride until it happens. So how you guys liking Troop? How you liking the Bad Batch so far? Is it doing it for you? Like I said, I don't like it quite as much as Invincible, because Invincible is amazing. But I think this is holding its own. And yeah, I'm all in. Like when you first heard about this, you're like, would I really care about this? Is it going to be that cool? But it's definitely jumping in and filling that Clone Wars void, or that Rebels void for sure. Absolutely. War's over. It's party time. Let the ship escape. Exactly. Like I've blown up enough and done enough. I'm just here to try to like hold this world down. I'm not trying to fly after nobody. Like we couldn't get them down here. We're not trying to go get them up there. Yeah, I thought that was ridiculous, but that was funny. Star Wars plot armor. You got to love it. But yeah, absolutely loving this show so far. Can't wait to see the next one, and hopefully they give us a little more information about this little Oracle ninja named Omega. But yeah, I'm all in so far. I think she's going to be the end of it. I think this is going to be an amazing ride. I think there's quite a few episodes, like something like 17 or 20. Yeah, I think it's like 17 episodes or something. 19, I can't remember exactly. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of episodes. So yeah, it's going to be a fun ride, and I'm all in. Can't wait to do it. And I'll probably be getting some other people on here to talk about with me before it's over. So looking forward to that. So I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing weekend so far. And it only gets better from here. And until we see you next time, may the force be with you.